Recording. And then I just have a couple of slides that I wanted to go over, and then we can have question and answer. Or I respect your time. It's late. Well, it's not late, but
I'll be up for a while.
Okay, good. Good.
Like at 5 o'clock in the morning, like you guys do.
Yeah, that's fair. That's okay. So I was talking to one of my coaches like a week ago, and we were talking a little bit about challenge groups and how to try to attract new people to challenge groups. And so that's kind of what sparked the topic for tonight. Hey, Sarah.
Hi, Sarah.
Can you hear us? Hopefully. All right. So I'm going to start sharing my screen. Let's share the whole thing. And then I gotta find my slides. Hold on. All right, can everybody see this?
I can, yeah.
Okay, perfect. Okay, so we were talking about challenge groups, how to attract new people. And so I just put together a couple thoughts that I have about how do I meet new people? How do we get ourselves out there and meet new faces? So I'm going to, well, I'm not going to answer. Okay, so there's three main categories or three main things that I use, at least. One of them being friends of friends. We'll talk about that. One of them being groups on Facebook. And then another big way I meet people is just through my like page. And so I'm just going to go into all of these just a little bit. But basically the overall goal here is that, through these avenues, you meet people, you engage in conversation, and eventually it ends in a friend request and message back and forth. And even if you guys don't start talking about fitness or anything at that point, they're watching you, right? Posting on your page, and people are watching you. So for the friends of friends, the first way, so the people you may know tool, and I just did a couple screenshots if people aren't familiar with how to find friends, but you basically just go to your personal page and click on your friends, and then it'll, in the upper right hand corner, there will be something that says find friends, and you just click on that. And then it's going to suggest people you may know. And I blurred this out just because I'm going to upload this and to respect people's privacy. But Facebook is going to give you a ton of people you may know. And it's going to be, first based on mutual friends that you guys have. One thing I'm going to point out here is that it is okay not to be friends with every coach. Let me talk about that a little bit. So I am 100% friends with all my coaches and everyone on our team, people in Team Body Burn and people that you're, interact with. It is, yes, you can be friends with them on Facebook, but you do not have to be friends with every single coach on Facebook that sends you a friend request. And the reason I say that is then that's all you're going to see in your newsfeed, right, is other coaches. And this took me a really long time to actually wrap my head around, because I would get down. I was like, man, everybody's a coach. I'm like, no, all my friends are coach. Like, I'm friending all these coaches. And so Facebook thinks like, oh, friends, I'm liking their stuff. So they're always popping up in my newsfeed. And so in my mind, I'm like, okay, well, that's all that's out there. Well, that's not all that's out there. That's just all that I'm engaging with. And then, Facebook recognizes that, and we're in this little bubble. So I'm giving you permission to not be friends with every single coach on, that you come across. And that's okay, right? We still have, a big Team Body Burn page, and you still can engage and ask questions and stuff like that. And so this is just a way that they're not going to be clogging your news feed, I guess. So the people I may know, like right at the beginning, it's usually a ton of coaches, and I don't need to add them as friends. Any questions about that? I muted everyone, so just unmute yourself if you have any questions.
Well, I think it's okay I mean, from my opinion, I just feel like it's kind of nice to tap into other resources.
Yes.
But I also think though, that you can unfollow too.
Yes.
You can unfollow and then just kind of see like, okay, let me just see who, what Becca's doing and is she doing new? So I mean, there's always that tool.
Absolutely. And like I said, I'm friends with all of you guys, and I'm kind of more talking like outside that. Eventually, like people, maybe they found you on like a YouTube video, and they're part of maybe someone else's downline in Team Body Burn or something, and so we came across each other. It's kind of like, like those type of. It's okay not, if Facebook is saying, hey, you have mutual friends, you should friend this person. It's okay to not friend.
Gotcha. I understand what you're saying.
That type of thing.
Yep. Gotcha.
But yeah, definitely. And I mean, and especially for new coaches, I always, I think back when I was needing inspiration, like I would go look at other coaches' pages. Like, what are they saying? What do their pictures look like? I 100%, visit other people's pages for inspiration. And I still do that. Eventually, right, you get into your own groove and it's your own niche, and really focusing on you and being yourself, and having that shine through. But certainly I definitely go visit for inspiration. Okay, so the other thing is that I've started to do is just be engaging with friends' posts. So what I mean by that, so like let's say one of your a friend posted something about trying a new recipe, or they have a question about a new any type of recommendation in a restaurant or for a restaurant, or just anything. Engage in that conversation, and then if other people are answering that friend's question and you relate to maybe something they say, reply under them and say like, oh yeah, so-and-so, that's such a great idea. Or, yeah, I've been there. I love that place too. Did you try this? Stuff like that. Just engage in conversation. Because if you guys have, if you're both friends with the person who posted this, chances are you probably have at least something in common. And so, start to have that start engaging in a conversation in that thread, and then go to that person's page. And do you guys relate? Do you have, do they have, are they newly married, or whatever your niche is? Like, do they fit into that? And send them a friend request. And that's another way to just start having them see your posts and you start following them. Any questions about that one? Okay, cool. Okay, the second big, avenue I use to meet new people is groups. And so there is a Coach Basics assignment number 14 about how to actually find groups and, how to look for groups. And so I'm not going to go into that here. But what I wanted to just kind of touch on here is that, there's something unique about you. Like, you have your own niche that's so different than any other coach here, right? And that's why, some people will relate to me and some people won't relate to, so-and-so. And so you really want to like engage in your niche. So think about what that is, right? And so these are just some ideas, and I was just, when I was putting this together, just ideas popping up of what makes someone unique and what, relates people together. And so whatever that is, search for groups for that. So I am in some like dog lover groups. Okay. I mean, silly stuff, but I love what people are posting in there and stuff like that. So again, check out Coach Basics assignment number 14 for how to actually search for groups in Facebook. And then the third big thing is through my like page is how I meet a lot of people. And the most simple part of this is just new people who like my page, right? I'll go check out their page and see if, we have stuff in common, if we relate to each other. And if we do, I'm not going to be shy to send them a friend request and just start engaging in conversation. Some people will, engage on your page much more than others. And so obviously, that's a pretty open invitation to, hey, shoot me a friend request type thing. So anybody who's engaging on your page, liking a lot of stuff, commenting on anything that you have, send them a friend request. And then the third way through my like page is by boosting posts and using the actual, like, a targeted audience. And again, that's, I have another training on that. And so I'll post that in our team page. But setting a target audience to not necessarily people who like your page or friends of people who like your page, but, narrowing in on your niche and sponsoring a post, and then getting new eyes to like and comment on that, and then shooting people friend requests from there. And then the final thing that I did just recently, and it worked out great. When I did a call to action post for a challenge group, I said something at the bottom that, I have spots for 3 new clients. And that really engaged, new people were like, oh, okay, like, that's me, I'm going to reach out this time. It didn't necessarily deter other people that had been in my groups forever, which I will never, have them deter anyway. But it kind of sent a signal, probably, more so to new people. It kind of triggered new people who weren't my previous clients to be like, it's my turn. I'm in. So that's something that I recently did, and it was pretty helpful. So I wanted to throw that out there. And beyond that, that was all I had put together. Those were the 3 main things that I could think of when I'm meeting new people. And I guess the final thing I would say about this topic is this is a constant, this is consistently getting out there and meeting these new people. So it's not like a once a month I get out there and try to meet new people. This is part of my power hour is to send friend requests to 3 new people. And so how am I finding 3 new people? It's through these ways. Any questions? I can unmute everybody. Amy. All right, I unmuted everyone. So if you have any questions. And if not, I will post this in the recording. I'll find that recording about the boosted posts, and that's a great professional personal development training to watch at some point. And if you have any questions, just message me.
Yes, that would be the one question, Becca, that I think I have is about the
boosted post. Have you ever done a boosted post before?
I tried it one time, and I had kind of just a few.
Yeah.
Like that I had anything in common with them.
Oh yeah. Okay.
So yeah, I'm really interested in that. So
yeah.
But I mean, you don't have to answer that now. I mean,
yeah. The one thing I'll point out to everybody for boosted posts. So something that always gets me is that so anytime you're scrolling the newsfeed and you see something that says sponsored, that means someone has paid for that to get into your newsfeed. Right. If you're going to sponsor a post or boost a post, 20% text is the maximum. And so there's a Facebook tool, like a grid tool, that you could upload your picture to, and make sure that it doesn't exceed that 20%. But that's something that always got me at the beginning. I was like, oh crap, I always forgot that. So that's one thing to remember. And then the other thing is kind of switching between, sometimes I'll do friends people who like my page and their friends, and sometimes I'll do a targeted audience. And I have much better luck if I do a targeted audience and make it very, very specific. I shoot for like 20,000 people, which is it's pretty hard to do, to be honest.
Yes.
But
okay.
Yeah, I'll show you. I'll post that.
Okay, that sounds good. And then my only other question, and I don't know if this is a good time to ask, but I wanted to know if you become Emerald and then you Beachbody then assigns you customers.
Yep.
When you say that you have a coach, one on each leg, and then you help 3 people, what does that exactly mean?
Okay. Yeah. No. Great question. So So there's two different things, Emerald rank and then Success Club, okay? And so Emerald rank is when you have two coaches on your team, one on each leg. So your left leg and your right leg. And so I can go into my downline and see, because do you have one coach, Carolyn?
Yeah, I
Okay.
do.
Do you remember what leg
Yeah.
they're on?
No, not
Okay.
offhand.
Yeah. And so before you sign up another one, you just want to make sure that you change your preferred placement to go to the other leg. So when that second person enrolls, it's automatically set up. And then the next Thursday, you would advance to Emerald. So that's rank. Emerald rank, Diamond rank, Ruby, Star Diamond, those are all ranks. And then the other thing is Success Club, hitting Success Club every month. And so Success Club is a way to just kind of, okay. When I say helping 3 people every month, it's because if you help 3 people get started with a challenge pack every single month, then you'll hit SC6. And so you've exceeded SC5. And SC5 is the bottom level of Success Club, and then there's SC10. And so you get Success Club points from selling challenge packs or Shakeology. If you sell a Shakeology, it's 1 Success Club point, and a challenge pack is 2 Success Club points. So when I say our goal is to help 3 people every month, it's to so we can reach SC5, and when you reach SC5 and your Emerald, then you earn those free leads every single month.
Gotcha.
The biggest thing here is, so it's really easy to say Success Club, like, how many SC points do you have? Who's going for SC5 this month? Who's going for SC10 this month? And it's a really easy way to talk about it. But the thing that we can never ever remember is that it's not a number, right? There's a person tied to that number that you're helping get started. And so I never want us to think about, I need 1 more SC point. It's not that. It's, man, I need to help 2 more people this month make a change, start making a change in their life. And, always remember the person behind that, because that's what's important here, is that we're helping people, feel better about themselves and whatnot. So,
Gotcha.
yeah.
Makes sense. Thank you.
Yep. And the reason they do that is because, so the free customers, they come from people who order things online, right? So there's infomercials all the time. And so it's people who are ordering that. They have the option to get assigned to a coach. So if you're Emerald and you're reaching SC5, then Beachbody knows that, okay, this coach is a active coach. This coach is going to help that person. Mm-hmm. And so, if you're not Emerald and you don't have a team and you're not hitting SC5, then Beachbody doesn't look at you as someone who is going to be there for this person. Maybe you're a discount coach type thing. And so that's that way to be like, okay, I'm going to assign her to Becca because I can tell that Becca is reaching SC5, and so she's helping 3 new people every month. So she's going to be able to support this person.
Yes, that makes total sense.
Yep.
Thank you.
Yep. Great question. Cool. And I have a whole nother training on like coach placement and stuff. So Carolyn, I'll post that on the team page too. It's good.
Okay, great. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Any other questions? Write those down. All right. Well, have a great Thursday, you guys. Have a great weekend.
All right. Good night.
Good night.
Bye.